Nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize? How daft can Pakistan get? Opinion, June 23, 2025. Pakistan has never been a paragon of sound foreign policy judgment, but its latest political theater borders on the absurd. In an announcement that stunned the global diplomatic community and drew derision across social media, a group of Pakistani lawmakers have formally nominated Donald J. Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, that Trump, the twice-impeached former U.S. president, insurrection inciter, convicted felon, serial misogynist, and international symbol of narcissistic incompetence. It's a move so tone-deaf, so dripping in irony that it demands serious interrogation. Is this a sincere appeal to global diplomacy or just another act in Pakistan's long-running bid for geopolitical relevance via performative politics? Peace, you say? Let's briefly examine Trump's record on peace. Middle East chaos. Trump's lopsided support for Israel and abrogation of the Iran nuclear deal directly inflamed regional tensions, torpedoed diplomacy, and brought the U.S. and Iran to the brink of war in 2020. Afghanistan withdrawal. While Trump began the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, it was marred by a rushed, incoherent timeline and backroom negotiations with the Taliban that excluded the Afghan government entirely. North Korea theater. Trump's photo op summits with Kim Jong-un yielded zero verifiable denuclearization, but plenty of headlines and insults. If this is peace, it's the kind where you light the house on fire and claim credit for putting out the ashes. Pakistan's hypocrisy on display. Pakistan's move reeks of desperation. The country's civil military elite has long had a tendency to prop up foreign figures who flatter their worldview, especially when it comes to U.S. Republicans who are perceived as more hands-off on human rights and internal matters like Kashmir and Balochistan. But this nomination of Trump not only undermines the credibility of Nobel discourse, it also makes Pakistan look tragically unserious. The man they've put forward as a beacon of peace is literally barred from holding office in several U.S. states pending appeals, has been found liable for sexual abuse, and stands convicted on 34 felony counts related to hush money payments. And that's before we even get to January 6. If this is Pakistan's idea of peacemaking, one shudders to imagine who they'll nominate next. Vladimir Putin for conflict mediation? Netanyahu for religious tolerance? The Nobel Peace Prize has suffered questionable nominations before. Henry Kissinger won it while bombing Cambodia, but turning it into a circus undermines its fragile legitimacy. Trump's name on that list would join a legacy of irony, not honor. What's worse, Pakistan's endorsement sends a dangerous message. That peace is not about enduring diplomacy, restraint, or ethical leadership, but rather about PR stunts, populist bravado, and hollow gestures. The real message. Perhaps this is less about Trump and more about Pakistan signaling alignment with a potential second Trump presidency. It may be a calculated gamble, a nod to isolationist U.S. policies that would let regional actors act unchecked. If that's the case, it's a short-sighted strategy. Betting on Trump, the most chaotic, divisive American figure in living memory, to steward global peace, is not just naive, it's absurd. It reflects poorly on Pakistan's judgment, its international foresight, and its respect for the principles of genuine diplomacy. In conclusion, Pakistan's nomination of Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize is not just a bad joke. It's a tragic indictment of how low the bar has been set for what passes as peace in international politics. In a world on fire, the last thing we need is more gasoline disguised as a fire extinguisher. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed, now seek the skies, and slowly, clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.